Hey guys, really quick before this episode starts, just want to say didn't have any time to edit the video. Just gonna edit just the sizing on the video. Finally found the setting how which way it's supposed to go after so long. Finally got it, but really quick. The only reason there's not gonna be edits because I had to work and I'm working on getting the channel name finalized and getting all the channel art done, and then I'm gonna start working on an outro for the videos and maybe an intro also, but. Other than that, thank you guys for all your support, and I'll catch you guys in the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brian here, and really quick, I just want to address that my channel name is Cover right now. So there's a reason for that, and pretty much I am changing my channel name completely. It's no longer going to be Ironic Brian 19. So right now, I'm just slowly but surely putting in the new name. Just going to start with Cover. I'll put in the rest of the name most likely later today or tomorrow. By the time this is uploaded, it'll be the next day, and most likely I will have the rest of the name out. But also, as you can tell, I'm still not back in my office. It's because it's extremely hot where I live. It's supposed to be up in the 100 degrees the next couple days. So I'm going to be in the, when it comes to recording, I'm going to be in my kitchen for now. Because it's too hot to go out there to my office, even with the fan out there. But other than that, let's just jump into it because the Copa America has finished. After 32 matches, 24 days, it is over. Wow, this was a crazy tournament. And let's just hop into the third place matchup that was played Saturday. It was the rematch between the U.S. and Colombia. And there was not much to this game because early on it was pretty even match until halfway through the first half. Colombia got a breakthrough. James Rodriguez passed the ball to Carlos Baca. Carlos Baca had an opportunity and scored. That was honestly, that was the only score. I don't know why I said honest. That was the only score of the match, surprisingly. It was a 1-0 victory for Colombia. They ended up placing third. But just to go through the game, from there on, the U.S. did have some attacks. They tried to get forward. They did get forward. But the Colombian goalkeeper, David Ospina, came up huge on stopping a lot of shots from the U.S. The U.S.'s offense and the forwards. He came up huge, stopping all those balls. The shots that were on target. He was playing very good. I was surprised that none of them went in for the U.S. It's just either they would go out or he would stop them, and then Colombia would go on the counterattack. Colombia had a couple more chances, but that match there was nothing too much to that match because it was just a 1-0 victory, and a 1-0 victory, third place for Colombia. And for those who didn't watch my first episode for the series, I predicted that Colombia would be the third place team of the tournament. If I'm not mistaken, I saw them third. And now, let's just get into the final that was on Sunday. I got to see that match, and my gosh, that was a roller coaster of emotions. Just to say that, I will say this now, I was rooting for Argentina to actually win this match because it was their third time in the finals. But I thought, okay, maybe third time's a charm. Maybe they can do it. They have the squad that can do it. They can push forward and go on to win the trophy. Chile came out with everything. They didn't play like offensively dangerously forward. They maintained the style that Argentina was playing, and they were actually almost one-upping Argentina. So let's just start off with the beginning of the match. It was pretty even until I believe it was around the 20th minute. No, it was earlier on. There was the first yellow of the match. It was actually a hard yellow foul from I believe was Diaz. Diaz stuck his foot out without the ball towards Lionel Messi. Clear foul. It was a free kick for Argentina. Nothing much came from that. It was a shot. I believe it was shot on target, but Claudio Bravo came up huge. For this matchup, the goalkeepers were the stars. It wasn't any of the star forwards, not just stellar midfielders for either team. It was both Sergio Romero and Claudio Bravo. They were the key players for this match, and you'll understand why once I get through more of this match. But that was the first yellow of the match, and then later on in the not even much longer after that foul, there was another foul between Messi and David Diaz, and I'm gonna say this: it was not a foul. It could have been considered a foul depending on how the referee saw it, but it was not a card foul because Messi ran into the defender Diaz, and the referee took it in an incorrect way and immediately gave Diaz his second yellow card, which gave him a red card, which is kind of surprising, especially this was the ref that was refereeing the game against Argentina and Chile up in Levi Stadium, which opened the Group D action way back at the beginning of June. So it was very surprising he did that kind of call. A lot of people do criticize him for that call. It wasn't criticized. They were questioning why he did that call. It wasn't the right call. But later on in the second half, there was another incident between Marco Rojos and Arturo Vidal. And that, I'm going to be honest, that was maybe possibly a yellow card, just a regular foul, no card foul. But the referee, he stood his ground, and then immediately, he saw the foul, immediately gave Marco Rojo a red card, which left both teams with 10 men apiece. Argentina had the advantage with a man, but after that red card, it was 10-10. Both cards were pretty much leveled out. It was very surprising that first half. Also, Gonzalo Higuain had, for the third time in a final, a chance to score the goal, goal that could give the deciding factor of the game. The third time, he missed it. He was a one-on-one attack between him and the keeper. Took the shot. It was a very weak shot. There was not much power against the shot. There's not much angle. I can understand why there wasn't too much angle, because the keeper came towards him very quickly and he had little time to react with the shot. But it was more of a shot that he actually could convert. I was thoroughly surprised that the shot was missed. So it ended up going out, and then it stayed 0-0 to the second half. Both teams ended with 10 men at the end of the first half. This is just the end of the first half. Also, there was a couple yellow cards throughout the match. I will name Mascherano had a yellow card for Argentina. Lionel Messi had a yellow card for Argentina. And then Lema had a yellow card. So 3 yellows and a red for each team. And I will I remember it was Bocellur for Chile, Arturo Vidal, and obviously Diaz had the red card also. And I can't remember off the top of my head who was the other recipient of a yellow card. But it was pretty much, when it came to bookings, they were playing. They had 3 yellow cards each team, and each team had a red card. But when it came to possession of the ball, I was looking at that throughout the match. Chile was dominating Argentina, especially in the pass completion. They were beating them by almost 200 passes completed in the whole general match. It was pretty surprising, even though Argentina was the stronger squad coming into this. Most of the fault that there was is because they tried to do more of an individual attack. They tried to just to have one player generate the attack and have that player try to get into the goalkeeper box and try to score. But even though there was more players open when it came to shots like that, and I'll get to a shot towards the end of the second half of, I remember correctly, that happened. So it was 0-0 at half. Nothing much happened in the beginning parts of the second half. It was more of a relaxed game. Both teams came out very, very calm than what they started out with in the red hot anger they had between each other, because this was the second time in back-to-back years that these teams face each other in a final. So it was very interesting to see that happen. So it was very calm until they were starting to make changes. Just to note, there was 4 changes available, and 3 in the 9. There was 4 changes available for each team. 3 changes in the regular 90 minutes, and if it went to 120 minutes, which it did, there was an additional sub for each team. So I'll get into that in a bit. But other than that, there was not much action in the second half until towards the end when Argentina made a change for Sergio Aguero, who honestly is not one of my favorite players. He's in my opinion, he's one of the most overrated players for Argentina there is. I remember when they were trying to compare him to Lionel Messi, when Messi was in a different time, when Messi was starting to be that star player, when he was winning balones. He won the 4 consecutive Balón de Oros. He was Kun Agüero, which is his nickname, was compared to Messi, and I feel like that was an overrated comparison, because he is nowhere near to what Messi is, or what Ronaldo is, or what Neymar, Iniesta. There's a lot of players that are way closer to Messi and Ronaldo. That's just making a comparison, so that's the one to get that out there too. But he came in, he tried to make a difference. He had towards the end of the second half, he had a chance to cross the ball to the other side. He was on the left side of the pitch. He could have crossed the ball to the right side, and there was an open play, but he opted to take the shot for himself. That could have gave Argentina the victory
It was a huge individual shot that they should not have done. I'm very surprised that they did that, but that happened, and pretty much after that, Chile started to dominate the game, and Argentina was stuck back to playing a counterattack, which Argentina is not very good at when it comes to a counterattack. If they had Di Maria was taken out because of an injury, Gonzalo Higuain was also taken out because he was not playing at his elite level like he normally has been playing, but he was taken out of the match. Sorry, I was just making sure of something. But he was taken out of the match. I don't know what Gerardo Martino's mindset when he was doing those changes. I understand the Di Maria change, that he was injured. He was still not 100% to play, but he did give it all. But the Gonzalo Higuain change, I don't understand why that one happened, but he made the change. It was not one of the best changes I've seen the whole tournament, but he did the change, and we ended up 0-0 at 90 minutes. We went to a 30-minute extra time limit, which ended up in a tie. Chile continued to dominate the match a bit. Argentina still had a lot of shots, chances to attack, but it was not like very clear shots that they had. They tried to move forward, but it was not the best thing that they were. It wasn't the best attacks, but they would get something out of it. But it ended up 0-0, and it went to the penalty shootout. So the penalty shootout, pretty much Arturo Vidal took the first shot for Chile. It was stopped by Sergio Romero, and Messi was the next person to go up to take the shot. And my gosh, everybody in the world was stunned. Messi missed the crucial penalty kick. Claudio Bravo, it wasn't even that Claudio Bravo stopped it. He shot it too high. And for a player like Messi to miss it that high, he was very surprising. So he missed the shot. Both teams went on to score their next penalty kicks. Both scored them. And I believe at the third one, it was stopped. Claudio Bravo, yes, it was the third one. It was Lema versus Claudio Bravo. Argentina was taking a shot, and Lema took the shot, and Claudio Bravo stopped the ball. And I believe it was, I can't remember his name, but a Chile defender came up to seal the deal. And Chile went on to win 4-2 on penalty shootout, giving them their second title in 2 years. So they won back-to-back titles, back-to-back Copa Americas, making them the winner. And for the third year in a row, Argentina, I don't know why I'm trying to think of Costa Rica. Argentina has finished second in a tournament, have fallen short of a title. And I'm going to get into what's the aftermath that's happened for Argentina after this. But I just want to get my general thoughts on this game, that Argentina played very individualized. They did not play as a unit as they did coming into this final. They thought that doing an individual effort would push them forward, but it didn't. Chile got together and worked as a team. They were not working as a team at the beginning of the match. They were very just scrambled and still playing. Because a lot of these players are world-class players. Obviously, that's why they're with their national team, and their national team called them up. But still, how Chile started off was not the best how they started off. They started off as a scramble, and Argentina was getting the best of them at the beginning. But then after Chile started to work together and started to play as a team, Argentina started to play as an individual, and it's very bad that when Argentina plays individualized, as one player wants to take the ball all the way to the goal, it's not their strong suit. They always end up falling short, and what I'm saying now is a major criticism for Argentina through their tournament run in the 2014 World Cup. They're very individual when it comes to their style, until when it came to the final, they worked as a unit and actually held off a very strong Germany team. Pretty much the same thing. Well, no, it was the opposite for this Copa America, because they worked as a team heading into the final, but then when it came to the final, they became an individualized team that just wanted individuals to step forward and do it by themselves. But that didn't work out too well for them. Lionel Messi is one of the players that played very individual. Kun Agüero, when he came into the match, he played individual. Di Maria and Gonzalo Higuain tried to help, but they could not get forward because Like I said, after Chile started to work as a team, they saw that they were doing some errors when it came to the defending against Argentina. They saw what was going wrong, and then once they saw what they had to do, they started to crack down on certain players, which worked out very well in the end for Chile, but it did not work out for Argentina because when Chile would get an attack, they would get very close to scoring. So that was very surprising that happened. But that's just my general thoughts on that. But when it comes to awards for the tournament, obviously our Chile won the trophy, finished first. Argentina finished second. Colombia finished third, and the U.S. finished fourth. The winner of the Botín de Oro, the Golden Boot, was Eduardo Vargas. He finished with 6 goals in the tournament. The winner of the Golden Ball, the Balón de Oro, was Alexis Sanchez. The winner of the Golden Glove, which was the best keeper for the tournament. Oh, also the Balón de Oro was the best player of the tournament. Was Alexis Sanchez. The winner of the best goalkeeper of the tournament was Claudio Bravo, which was well deserved. He played extremely well through this tournament. He was keeping this team in a lot of the matches, especially towards the in the knockout stages. And the Fair Play Award was given to Argentina. Like I stated before, they were playing as good as a unit heading into the final, but once they hit the final, it was not the same team like we saw at the beginning of the tournament. And yeah, that was the final standings. Those were the recipients of all the awards, and I just want to start into the aftermath of this final. So, not immediately after, but the press conference that Argentina had after the match, Messi was being asked questions, and he said, "This is not for me. I can't go through this anymore. I'll put the headlines here, but he said that, and pretty much everybody had the feeling that he was retiring, and there was rumors standing that after that, everybody confirmed that Lionel Messi was retiring from international soccer, and with that being said, it was just like a hit to everybody that he came out and he said that he was going to retire. Especially, he's only 29, so he still has a lot of years to go forward. But it did hit him hard losing a third final. Just making sure this is fixed, but he lost a third final in a row. It was his fourth final with the senior squad because he made it to the Copa America finals back in 2007, and then they didn't make a finals back until 2014. They made the finals for the Copa America back-to-back years, and all 4 times they came up very short. I don't know about the 2007 match, but I know for the World Cup match they were there. They would even if they held off, I still saw Germany outbeating them in a penalty shootout, but Germany made a crucial sub when Mario Götze came in, and he became the key factor of the match and scored the winning goal. The 2015 Copa America down in Chile, it was a penalty shootout. It was a 0-0 match, went to a penalty shootout, and again, it was the penalty shootout didn't go Argentina's way, and Chile won. Same thing happened this year again. The penalty shootout didn't go their way. Argentina had a lot of chances to win the tournament, to win the match in the 90 minutes, and had a couple chances in the extra 30 minutes, but they couldn't make anything out of it because, like I stated earlier, they're playing very individualized, so that didn't help them. So he said that he was going to retire, and everybody was saying that while Messi's retiring, to the last couple of days, it's come out that Diego Maradona and the I believe it was the Argentina Federation president or the actual president of Argentina, have been talking to Messi to not retire, not to quit the international football scene. They want to keep him there, but with Messi saying that, there was a couple other players that said that they were retiring. Like Javier Mascherano said he was going to retire from international football. Also, Sergio Agüero said that he was retiring. I'm not sure. There's been no more confirmation from those two, but the goalkeeper for Argentina, Sergio Romero, came out. He said that I really hope he doesn't. It could have been at the heat of the moment that he said he wanted to quit international football. Most likely he'll give a confirmation coming weeks or coming months when he has time to reflect and think about stuff, which I do believe he may reconsider, but 3 finals in a row, it's kind of heartbreaking. I don't know if he can go through another one. And even if he would want to win another trophy, he won't win. He would have to wait another 2 years into the World Cup in Russia, and then if he wants to try at Copa America, he would have to wait another 3 years when it's in Brazil, and then after that World Cup, after that Copa America down in Ecuador. So those three players said that they're retiring. Messi's still not a confirmation yet. It's still up in the air. He could come back. He could say I was in the heat of the moment and say that I will be playing, but I will have to take a break. Like there's one player that I stated earlier who played for the first time. Tim Howard returned to his first match with the U.S. in over a year, I believe. He took a step away, and then once he came back, he wasn't used as a starter, which is a surprise to me because for those who don't know the U.S. soccer, Tim Howard's been the go-to man in the goal. He's always been the starting goalkeeper, but Jorgen Klinsmann decided not to go with him until the final match, which I don't understand why he decided to use him for the final match. But Tim Howard's one of those guys who said, I need a break from international soccer. Give me a second. But with that being said, also there was rumors that within the coming days that also Angel Di Maria, Pocho Lavesi, and Gonzalo Higuain were going to announce their retirement also from international soccer. There was no confirmation on that. There were just rumors that that's what's going to happen. And I'd be surprised if they do confirm that they're going to retire, because a lot of these players are the same age as Messi and Kun Agüero, and I believe the oldest one of the group is Mascherano, those players. But I'll be surprised if they actually go through with retiring, but I don't think they'll do. I'll give more updates on that. But guys, that's the end of my coverage on the Copa America. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. If I did a good job, if I did a horrible job, let me know, guys. But yeah, congratulations to Chile on winning the tournament. Argentina need to look forward. The next tournament they have to play is the World Cup in Russia. So they need to look forward to that because they have to qualify for that. And also Chile need to qualify for that. The U.S. has to get through their qualification also. Mexico gets through their qualification. Everybody's called. I will be covering the World Cup qualifiers also when they come back up, when they start back up, and later in September they will start back up. I can't remember the exact date, but I remember the month that they start on. But congratulations, Chile, and pretty much that's going to be the end of my coverage on the Copa America. From now, it's going to be mostly my coverage on the Euros. And I was waiting to do the video because the Euros round of 16 ended yesterday. And this has been weird and crazy. And it's like a roller coaster. So let's get into that one. So let's get into the Euros, which I'm going to be covering heavily more because since the Copa America is over and they're entering to the quarterfinal rounds, I'll be covering each matchup a little more in depth because I'm gonna watch each matchup and make sure I make time to watch each match. It's 8 matches. I think I got time for that, right? No, it's 4 matches. What am I doing? But yeah. So let's get into this in order. So first, it was Switzerland versus Poland. It was a 1-1 draw. 120 minutes. They could not break a dreadlock. It was Switzerland did what I said in my last video. They contained Robert Lewandowski, who could have got 4. If he slipped through, obviously he was gonna obviously make score and be a huge difference. But he was not a huge factor. There was another Poland player who scored the goal, giving the Polish squad a 1-0 lead early on in the match. But later, towards the end of the second half, it was a wonderful bicycle kick. I'll put a picture on the screen right about somewhere around here. You'll see it. That goal was amazing. I saw that. I've seen replays. These matches I didn't get time to see them because I was kind of busy this week with some other things. I got behind on recording schedule, but we're gonna be up to date with this one. But it was so surprising, that goal. But that was a wonderful goal, and then it went to a penalty shootout. They had 120 minutes to settle the score. No dice. It stayed a 1-1 draw into the penalty shootout, and the player, I would say his name, but I could not. There's certain European players I can't pronounce their names. So, but the goal scorer for Switzerland missed his penalty shot, and it was the decisive shot that got Switzerland out of the tournament. Poland went on to score all 5 of their penalty kicks, giving them the victory. Switzerland missed 1, which is one of the crucial ones, and they got eliminated out of the tournament, but they put a good showing. They did what I thought they should have done, contain Robert Lewandowski, because Lewandowski is a huge player who can do a lot of damage if he gets through to the final third and with the ball and has a chance of a shot on target. But they were able to contain them, and so Poland moves on to the next round. And the next matchup that happened that day was the match of that day, which was Croatia versus Portugal. And my gosh, Portugal get their first victory of the tournament, but in 90-minute play, they have not won a match. 90 minutes have not been the friend of Portugal. So for 4 matches now consecutive, in 90 minutes, they have not able to win a match. Nothing much. There was no shot on target. There's nothing to talk about for the first 90 minutes of the match, because for the first time, I believe, in the Euros history, there was no shot on target and there was no shot taken in the first or second half by either team. It was a 0-0 draw after 90 minutes. And I was surprised because it's Portugal seemed to be a better squad, especially with having Nani and Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch. But it took 120 minutes. The major action of the match happened right at the 115th minute. Croatia had a shot to the target, it was a missed shot. 2 minutes later, Portugal had a chance to score the goal. Cristiano Ronaldo put the pass, and it was into the back of the net by the goal scorer. I don't know, like I said, some of the players, I don't know how to pronounce their name, and I don't want to butcher it, but this Portuguese player scored the goal, giving Portugal their first victory of the Euros after 4 matches to get him win, but after 4 matchups in 90 minutes have not gotten a victory. 4 matchups in 90 minutes that ended up in ties, but it took him 120 minutes to get the victory. Only actual 2 important shots of the match was the Croatians miss, and then the Portuguese goal scored. That was all that. That's all what she said. That match ended up 1-0. Portugal are into the next round. There's not much to analyze on that match because Cristiano Ronaldo has been quiet. He hasn't done any controversial stuff per se, and there was nothing. Actually, this was like surprising that because Croatia came off, as I said in my last video, Croatia was coming off a huge victory going into that round of 16 match, and I thought they would have been a bit more better in the 90 minutes that they had, but apparently neither team couldn't do anything to each other, and it took them 120 minutes, well 115 minutes to be exact, to actually get a shot on target and have start getting this match going forward, because it took them 5 minutes to have a goal scored. It was towards the very end of the second extra time. So Portugal are through to the next round, and the final match of that day was Wales versus Northern Ireland, and surprisingly, Northern Ireland gave more of a fight than I expected. I expected a bigger shutout than Wales had, but it was a 1-0 victory for Wales. They ended up moving on to the next round. I didn't get too much info from this match. I feel like it was one of the more under-anticipated match, but Northern Ireland gave more of a fight than it was expected because it was only a 1-0 victory because seeing how this Wales squad is, they would have been more of a bigger margin. But it looks like Northern Ireland put up a big fight and tried to keep themselves in it. But Wales came away with the victory, and they are into the next round. So at the moment, it is Poland, Portugal, and Wales in the next round. The next matchup that opened up the following day, it was France versus Ireland, and Antonio Griezmann could be one of the best players of the world right now at the moment, not overall, because obviously overall we have Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi at the top, and there's always that occasional other player who is pretty much considered the best player by everybody else because he makes it to the 3 finalists because he's played so well. But he scores 2 huge goals in 3 minutes. Ireland was leading France 1-0 in the round of 16 match. France is a home team, and they were down. Tony Griezmann scores 2 goals, 3 minutes, gives them a 2-1 lead, and that's the end of the match. It was 2-1. Antonio Griezmann came up huge for France, and they are into the next round. And there's much to say because my gosh, Antonio Griezmann, when he plays with Atletico de Madrid, he plays extremely well also, and now that he's playing well with France, it's pretty well. It's pretty great to see that now a lot of these younger players are starting to get comfortable with the senior squad system, and they're getting comfortable with their teammates and moving on and playing at their club level and playing very well. The next matchup the of that day was a Germany Slovakia match, and it was a rout by Germany. 3-0 victory for Germany. There's not much to say. I knew that was going to happen. Slovakia did not seem like a very strong squad going in to this matchup, especially Germany being the World Cup champions and always make it. I believe they made it to the semifinals of the Euro for the last couple of years, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But something that happened in that match. There was a penalty kick in Germany's favor, and Mesut Özil was going to take it, and he misses it, making him become the first player, excluding penalty shootouts, the first player for Germany to miss a penalty kick in Euros. He came out to say, "I'm glad onto the last 8." Pretty much to sum it up, he says, "Sucks missing penalty kick, but we are through to the next round." And it pretty much sucks being the only player in your country's history that missed a penalty kick in the Euros. So it was a 3-0 victory for them, and then there was Belgium versus Hungary. I knew Belgium was going to come out top. A very convincing 4-0 rout. So that's pretty much, at the moment now, it's Poland, Wales, Portugal, France, Germany, and Belgium. All of these teams are within, I believe, the top 20 of the world, except for one of the teams I'll get to right now. But the match of the round of 16, pretty much the one I was looking at, it was Italy versus Spain. Spain was coming off their unbeaten streak ended. It was beaten. The unbeaten streak was beaten. It was over. 12 years of winning 2 back-to-back Euros, not conceding a loss. Ended against Croatia in the last group stage match, and I messed that up. But sorry, kind of move my mic here, but Italy came out to play. Italy, that's the sum up of the match. Italy came out to play, came out for the victory. Ended up a 2-0 victory for Italy. The first goal was a setup play by I believe it was Immobile who took the it was a free kick for Italy. They took the shot. Immobile had the initial shot, and then Chiellini came up with the rebound to score the first goal on De Gea. It was 1-0 at the moment, and then towards the very end of the match, Pelé for Italy came in to score the 2-0 and giving a decisive 2-0 victory for Italy, moving on to the next round, which they will be facing Germany, which is a very impressive matchup, and I'll get into that in a bit. But Spain has just fell apart in 2 games. They were at the top of the world, figuratively speaking, into the Euro aspect. They were on top of the Euros. They were undefeated, but lost to Croatia 2-1. Lost to Italy, and now we are guaranteed a new champion. So it won't be about a three-peat for Spain. It will be a new champion this year. But very interesting fact of the Germany-Italy quarterfinal match is that Germany has not beaten Italy, I believe, is in either Europlay or also in official match play. Germany has not beaten Italy once. So this is very interesting, seeing that what can Germany do? Can they flip this history around? Can they get the victory? Or will history repeat itself and Italy will get the victory and move on to the semifinals for the second time in 2 tournaments? Because they made it to the final last Euro. Can they make it to the final? Because they seem more of a team squad, that they're working together and they're pushing forward. But we'll have to see after that match. I'll cover that much a little more, because that's very interesting to know. But the last match of the whole round of 16 was England versus Iceland. So at first I said pretty much England's going to go through, but you can't count Iceland out. Iceland could be the dark horse in that match. I don't know. I can't remember those exact words I said, but I did say that Iceland can surprise. Iceland could pretty much go into the quarterfinals if they get everything going their way. I'm speechless for what happened. England was leading. 1-0. Iceland tied 1-1, and then it happened. Iceland get an amazing attack towards the goal, an amazing attack against England. Going forward, get through a couple of defenders, take the shot on target. It's the ball has a the the goal scorer takes a very hot shot towards goal. It's so hard that the goalkeeper Joe Hart could not stop it. Slips by him. It slowed down the momentum of the ball. No one was there to stop it. Goes in 2-1, and that's the end of it. Iceland scored 2-1. First time in the Euro, first time in the round of 16, and now they can say it's their first time in the quarterfinals. This is the Cinderella story of the tournament. But they have a hard challenge moving ahead against France. So Iceland versus France is going to be a very hard fought match because Iceland has everything going for them right now. They tied against Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo tried to criticize them. Where are they now? They are quarterfinalists like Portugal. Portugal has not won a match out in 90 minutes. Iceland has won 2 matches in 90 minutes. It's taken Portugal 120 minutes to get 1 victory. It's taken 118 minutes, 2 matches, for Iceland to get 2 victories. So that's very interesting. Iceland could be the dark horse, could be the underdog. They can go on. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the semifinals. I honestly will say I'll be sad if they get eliminated in the next round. But I know they're going to put up a fight after showing that. There's this YouTube channel I watch who are based in England, and one of their guys who does some of their stuff on there just came back from watching Euros, and a lot of them, I saw some episodes today, they are salty because England just got knocked out by the underdog, by the team no one thought would go through to the next round. It was their first time in the tournament. They just thought, let's just finish the group stage. It's become now to the 34th best team in the world is in the quarterfinals of the Euros with possibly the top 15 teams in the world. Because I know Germany is second right now. Belgium and Italy, Portugal, Poland, Wales, they're all up there in the top 15, top 20. But having the 34th best team actually in there competing with them is surprising. Iceland's showing that you don't need the stellar players, you don't need the star players to go through to the next round. They just showed that having heart in soccer, especially in the tournament that's filled with world-class players, some of the best players in the world, one of the best players in the world with Ronaldo. You have Mesut Özil, Toni Kroos with Germany. You have Gareth Bale with Wales. You have Robert Lewandowski in Poland. You got Antonio Griezmann, Paul Pogba in France, and you got Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard in Belgium, and then you got Chiellini, Immobile, Thiago Motta in Italy, and then Iceland's just like, okay, let's go, let's do this. They're pretty much, I can compare them to a Leicester City right now. They're doing the impossible by going. This is their first time in the tournament. Obviously, Leicester City wasn't their first time in the Premier League, but they were the first time in their tournament, in the tournament's history, they have entered it for Iceland, and now they are into the quarterfinals. That's amazing. All the best wishes for them. Hopefully they get through to the semifinals. I'm rooting for them. But that's pretty much one thing I do want to note before I go into the transfer news, which is a lot, guys. There's a lot to cover, and I'll get into that in a bit. But with the defeat of Spain yesterday, today came out that one of the greatest goalkeepers, if not the best goalkeeper in the last 10 years, has announced his retirement from international soccer. For those who don't know, he is Iker Casillas, former Real Madrid goalkeeper. He is currently the goalkeeper for FC Porto down in Portugal. And he's been he was the captain for Spain for the longest time. He was with them when they won the first Euro back in 2008. He was with them in the back-to-back Euros in 2012 when they won the World Cup back in 2010. He has won when it comes to national teams, won 3 major tournaments within 4 year span. He won 2 Euros and a World Cup with Real Madrid. He's won a lot of tournaments. He's won a World Cup of Clubs. He's won a Champions League. He's done everything, and he has announced his not full retirement from soccer, but he's no longer going to play with the national teams. It was amazing seeing him play, and it's just a little. It's a sad day for soccer fans, for European soccer fans, especially that Iker Casillas, if not the best goalkeeper in the last decade, along with Gigi Buffon, who's not retiring yet. He still has a couple years left, but Iker Casillas has announced he is retiring, just to give way to De Gea, who is currently the Spanish starting goalkeeper. He's going to be great, but Iker Casillas has done so much for the national team. Pretty much just want to say thank you to him. I know he won't ever watch this. I don't know if he will. If he does, gracias. And, it's the end of an era for him. And yeah, let's go into the transfer news, because there's so much I need to cover about the transfer news. I was trying to hold off because when I wanted to initially do this video on the transfer news, there was not much, but I think that was a mistake because there's too much now. Let's just jump into it in a bit. So let's start this long list, and I am not exaggerating. These are a lot of transfer news, especially for the big players. So recently I reported that Zabaleta was going to La Roma, to AS Roma down in Italy. He has given a verbal okay, and now they're just waiting a confirmation from Manchester City to let him go out there. I kind of knew that this was going to go through. He's given the verbal okay, and he is going to be in the Roma. They're just waiting for Manchester City to give them the final confirmation to get his contract finalized. Also, Dani Alves has signed his contract at Juventus. He signed a 2-year deal with an option of a 3rd year. He'll be wearing the number 23 for those who want to know that. So on a free transfer fee also, so that's pretty interesting. Tim Howard has been officially presented as the new goalkeeper for Colorado Rapids. After the longest time, he signed with from Everton to Colorado Rapids a while ago, but now he has been presented after the U.S. was taken out of the Copa America in the 3rd place match. He has now been presented just a couple hours ago, so it wasn't too long ago. Nani has agreed to go to Valencia, so we're about to. Nani was in a Turkish squad, and now he's coming to La Liga and be playing with Valencia in the upcoming season. Also, Gonzalo Higuain has extended his contract. I noted this earlier, but everybody was confident that he was going to do it, and he has done it. He is extending his contract to 2018, and he will be at the club. The club that he is playing at is Napoli right now, and I'm not too surprised that he extended it for 2 more years. Gives them time to play at the get ready to play for the World Cup. And also, former head coach of Sevilla, Emery, is now the new head coach of Paris Saint-Germain. So they have the new head coach, because the old head coach Black has left the club, and now Emery is now the new head coach. He led Sevilla to 3 consecutive UEFA Europa League titles, and let's see what else, because there's a lot of things I need to cover because there's too many things that has happened. Also, the Argentina Federation president has resigned from his position. He's no longer the head of the Argentina Federation. So that's going to be interesting moving forward, especially what happened earlier with before the Copa America that Argentina was trying to resign because of the national president election issues. Now they have to elect a new federation president. So that's going to be interesting. A lot of players were saying that they had issues with the federation president, and it's going to be interesting seeing when they re-elect him, because Argentina has the qualifying towards the end of the year, and they need to look forward on that. Also, Sampdoria is interested in signing in Real Madrid's Lucas Silva, and it looks like Sampdoria are trying to go out to get forwards and midfields, because they were trying to they weren't interested in Michael Bradley, but they ended up saying it was a difficult sign for them, so they didn't go through that. But now they're interested in and a young star with Lucas Silva from Real Madrid. Especially if he's from Real Madrid, it's good. It could be a good sign for them. You never know. There's so many transfer news. I need to go through and find these. Also, the president of Argentina has contacted Messi. I stated this earlier. It was the president then who contacted Messi. He has contacted him personally to not leave the national team scene, and he's also put it out on Twitter not to leave. Because, like I said, it would be surprising if he does leave. It's still up in the air on what his decision is. And also, Hulk will be leaving Sanet of Russia to Shanghai in China on a 55 million euro bid, and it will be he will be earning 2 million euros a year, and he will be traveling to China pretty soon to do his physical and have it signed. There's so many things, guys, that I need to cover that I've let go through. Like I said earlier, I don't think I said this, but if I did, I'll repeat myself. Jorge Sampaoli has signed a 2-year deal with Sevilla to be their new head coach. For those who don't know, Jorge Sampaoli is the ex-Chile coach. He led them to the first Copa America they won back last year, and then the new head coach went on to lead them to another one this year. So it's really interesting. There's 4 amazing head coaches in La Liga now. There's Luis Enrique with FC Barcelona. There's Zidane with Real Madrid, Diego Simeone, Atletico de Madrid, and now Jorge Sampaoli in Sevilla. Looks like Sevilla is going to be a threat this season for the title. Let's see what else there is. Also, about Juventus has told Paul Pogba's agent that they are looking to keep him. Real Madrid had interest in him while they were in the works of getting the buyback clause activated for Alvaro Morata. They've said that they wanted to sign Paul Pogba. But Juventus has told the agent for him that they are going to try to keep the player at the club. And there is some more news here. Like I said, Dani Alves has signed with Juventus on the free transfer. And also, Atletico de Madrid have interest in signing Carlos Bacca from AC Milan. That's pretty good signing from them because he's been playing very well as of late. So along with Real Madrid being interested in Paul Pogba, also Manchester United are interested in signing him back. They were the club that Juventus bought him from initially, and now they want to buy him back. But his buy clause is 120 million euros. So teams have to really dig into their pocket to get this one out. So also, Zlatan will be signing on the 1st of July his deal with Manchester United. That was a deal that was been working before the Euros. During the Euros, it got finalized that he will be going there, but the 1st of June will be when they have the complete deal done. Also, that Zlatan has retired from international soccer. Also, he expected Sweden to go deeper into the Euros, but they did not. They ended up getting knocked out in the group stage, and they were eliminated, and that ended his international tournament play. And let me see. There's a lot of things I need to cover right now. Also, there's a couple clubs that are interested in Alexis Vidal. Alex Vidal. There is Roma, Napoli, and Inter de Milan are all interested in him. So most of the Italian clubs are interested in signing him right now. And let me make sure I don't forget anything, because there's always a couple things I want to sign, and also just making sure. Still, Atletico Madrid are still interested in signing Aubameyang. There's a couple more things that I wanted to cover, but I can't remember off the top of my head, because there's too many things that were going on in the last couple of weeks. But I think that is pretty much it for today's video. Just want to make sure. Also, Radamel Falcao has finished his signing back to Monaco, so he is back at the club. But other than that, also Liverpool has signed Mane. They've signed him to a what is the deal? It is a 5-year deal. They have signed him to. He will be wearing the number 19 for anyone that is interested on that. But I think also, I believe there was one club interested in the young upstart player from Santos. Arsenal is interested in them. That's the other one. That they were in Gabriel Barosca. They were interested in signing him. If most likely because since Juventus are interested in signing Alexis Sanchez, they are also interested in signing a new forward. If just in case that Alexis Sanchez ends up leaving the club. But also AC Milan has signed a new head coach. They have signed Montella. Montella is the new head coach for AC Milan, and hopefully he can do good things for us because I am a true AC Milan fan to heart. Hopefully we can get back on track to what we were before. But let me make sure there is nothing that I'm missing. Also, that Manchester United are signing Mitskarani. Sorry if I butchered that, but they are going to sign him, and they're improving their offer to make sure they get him signed to the club. But I think that will be it. Let me just double check that I don't forget anything, because there's always also Leicester City looks to sign Norwich player Robbie Brady. They're looking to sign him, and yes, I believe that will be it for this episode. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. That's all the signing. Sorry if this video seems rushed or seems weird. It's just there's so many things that are going on, but next video will be more slow paced, and I'll go into detail on all the quarterfinal matches for the Euro, and then I'll get into some preseason matchups that will be for the European team. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below, and if you think I forgot anything, or you have anything you want me to mention, anything that I might have forgotten, or you have a different opinion on anything I have said earlier, let me know in the comment section below, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I think that will be it for today. I'm working on my outro, and I'm working on other things. The channel name will be on by later today or tomorrow, but I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for all your support, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.